Fight man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV. Woo!
All right, man, let's talk about Teofimo Lopez and Sandor Martin. I seen Sandor Martin talking cash money shit. They got somebody flicked over here. They going through his truck. I'm out here leaving work late today. So they going through my man's truck. I don't know what he got in there. They pulling shit out. Let me mind my own business and keep it moving. And make it home safely. That's all I really can say at this point. They Farmington Hills do not play no games. I ain't know it was like that in Farmington Hills now. But yeah, let's talk about Sandor Martin, Teofimo Lopez. I ain't got a chance to speak on it. I was gonna kind of like do a live on it, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to a live tomorrow. We had like a little Christmas party today at work, and then I'm already kind of behind because I ain't do nothing yesterday and I ain't do nothing today. So, but yeah, man, I think it's an interesting matchup, man. I wasn't even gonna watch that fight when he was fighting Jose Pedraza. I'm just tired of seeing Jose Pedraza in top matchups, and I think Pedraza pulled out because he got sick. Sandor Martin was the better choice. He plugged in, and I think it's gonna be a good fight. You know, Sandor Martin showed that he can stand up to Mikey Garcia power. Now, Teo power is a little bit different because Teo is a little bit sharper counterpuncher in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think Mikey might have a little bit better feet than Teo. I think he's a naturally harder puncher than Teo. And then again, him and Mikey fought at a catchweight. So we can't forget that neither. So Sandor be getting all the way down to 140 sometimes. So, you know, Teo screaming at him, yelling at him, you know, Sandor talking shit. And really, this a fight that Sandor Martin, you know, should be competitive in. Teo said he do good against Southpaws, Magdaleno, Lomachenko, you know, the ones that he named. But I think the perpetual movement, you know, should cause some issues for him. You know, Sandor Martin really can box. So we'll see Teofimo Lopez probably have to pick up his feet a little bit more. And Sandor Martin pick his feet up every time Teo plant, because Teo got to plant. He got to set the throw. If Sandor Martin, you know, pick up on that little key, he might have a lot of success. You know, he's seen he could take the punch of Mikey Garcia, but like I said, Teo a little bit different. Teo punch with you. You know, Teo, you know, you make a mistake, you throw a punch, you don't bring your hands back home. Teofimo Lopez can capitalize. So that's the difference. That's the huge difference when talking about this fight. So, you know, but you know, I think, man, you know, everybody gonna get caught up to what Teo looked like versus Pedro Campa last fight. But I just think he moved up. You know, I think he just bulked up a little bit too much when he moved up. You know, you gotta always remember too. You know, you move up, you beat bigger guys with your speed. Y'all could be like, well, he a naturally big guy. So is the majority of 140 pounders. They're naturally big guys. His advantage coming up from 35 is his speed. It's not his punching power per se. You know, his dad talking about, you know, if we didn't have that punch, I'd be scared coming up to 140 and all that. You know, that's novice shit to really just focus on the punching power. How many guys move up and knock motherfuckers out consistently? You know, even though you got a lot of guys that squeeze down in weight, you know what I'm saying? You're usually a more devastating puncher in the weight class you come from. So I think they need to worry about being a well-rounded, you know, boxer. Coming to the Sandor Martin fight, you looking to just knock him out like y'all did with George Camboso, you gonna get a boxing lesson. You looking to throw wild, jump off your feet with that punch, that jump punch that he throw. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be in trouble. He gonna be in trouble, straight up and down. And you know, I think Martin gotta focus on kind of the Beaver approach. Beaver say, you know what? I'm not worried about if they take it from me. If I feel like I won, I won. I'm gonna fight my fight, and that's what he gotta do. Just box. Just box. That's what he should do, is just box. Hit and don't get hit. You know, the thing about fighting T, he might have a little bit of reach and length on Teofimo Lopez. You know, I would just recommend to him, you know, make sure your defense is tight, make sure you bring your hands back home, make sure you fundamentally, your technique is on point. But this is a very winnable fight for him. Will they rob him over at Top Rank? I mean, obviously that's got to be in the back. That's in the back of everybody's head. Because Sandor Martin ain't a devastating puncher, but he a great boxer. He a really good boxer. He can really take advantage of some of the things that Teofimo Lopez do in the ring, and that's what he should do. That's exactly what he should do. He jump off his feet, you clock his ass. That'd be a good little knockdown. And I think it's really, I think it's really a 50-50 fight. If we was on the even playing field with these two dudes and there wasn't a promotional giant behind Teofimo Lopez, it'd be a 50-50 fight. Because Sandor Martin showed that he can take a punch. Mikey Garcia is one of the bigger punchers at 147 pounds. I cannot. He is. He a monstrous puncher. Punch for punch, I think he punched harder than Errol Spence. Honestly. Now his output ain't where Errol Spence's output is at, but single punch for punch, he right at the top of that list. And Sandor Martin, he didn't waver. He was unflappable. So, like I continue to say, it's a damn good matchup. And I'm very interested in the matchup, and I think T.O. on upset alert. I think he is. He talk a big game, how big a star he is and shit, but you fighting, you know what I'm saying? You still on Heisman, night and shit. We fight in the big room Saturday. But you ain't no big star. He just was fighting in Vegas in the small, Circus, wherever he was fighting at. The Ringling Brothers Arena, whatever it was. They think they bigger than what they was. You beat Lomachenko. Lomachenko don't bring a damn thing. It invalidates you as a top fighter. It didn't make you a superstar. And nobody in the free world give a fuck. And it was the middle of the pandemic. Nobody cared. It was a good win, But that win did something terrible to his psyche. And you think you're bigger, but to me you just a bit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Easy. And that's what it is. But he probably find a way to pull this out. He might even knock Sandor Martin out. I ain't sure he knock him out. Sandor Martin, one of them tough Spaniards and shit. He real tough. I'm pulling for Sandor Martin though, real tough. I'm pulling for Sandor Martin. I want to see Teofimo Lopez cry me a river, cry me a river. I want to see Teofimo Lopez break down. Girl, I'm pulling for Sandor to mop the floor, T.O. I'm pulling for Sandor. That shit'd be funny. Look at his dumb daddy face. Look. When my son was robbed by Top Rank, and they mad because my son went to the Triller and went to the zone, and they don't want to see us win. They don't want to see Teofimo Lopez on top. They don't want to see my son and me, the new Kobe and Shaq, all that crap. I want to see that. I'm pulling for Sandor. Give him a boxing lesson. It'd be even better Sandor knock his ass out. Pow, pow, pow with that garlic butter. Pow, pow, pow. Put him right on his ass. Put them paws right on Teofimo Lopez. When he jump in with that dumbass punch, he go pow, drop his ass. I'm going with the Spaniard. There's only one Sandor Martin singing that song. I'm going with Sandor. He about to send the floor down, son. Oh man, I need to stop and get dog food. I'll do it tomorrow. Send the floor down, son. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. They bad. Send the floor down, son. I'll take 6 miles. Come on, man. Sandor gonna box him, stick him. Tio gonna jump in with that jump uppercut hook he throw, jump hook he throw, like he think he fucking Ken and Ryu, or what's my man, Sakun? Nigga, pow! Sandor Martin gonna lay his ass out. Pow! Blueface said, how I'm slipping? I'm the one mopping. How I'm slipping? Pow! But that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a game of cat and mouse. It's gonna be Sandor boxing, keeping his range. T.O. trying to cut the distance off, land the big right hand, land the left hook, and try to capitalize off any, technical boxing errors that Sandor Martin making. Sandor Martin can't make as many errors as Teofimo Lopez. And Teofimo Lopez got that one hitter quitter, and Teofimo Lopez got the machine known as Top Rank ESPN behind him. So you gotta remember that. He got a whole machine behind him. And he can punch. So Sandor Martin gonna have to be on his P's and Q's. He probably gonna have to go for it a little bit too. Be a little bit more aggressive than he was with Mikey Garcia. But Teo got to be set to throw. He's a smaller guy. He already jump up in the air to get him. When he throws some punches, make him reach. He naturally already reaching and reaching for shots. Reach you teach. That's what he should do. He reach, you teach. And that's got to be the game plan for T.O. You want to set the tone early. You want to try to get an early knockdown, hurt him early on, set the tone, and see if he go. See if he go into safe mode, or see if you turn, make a beast out of it. But see if you get up on points early. So I'm gonna go with Sandor Martin, split decision. I just want to see Teofimo Lopez lose. So I'm going with Sandor Martin. I think he can box Teofimo Lopez off. If Teo win, it's probably gonna be by knockout. But I got or ski mask, a gun in the mask that equal cash. All my goons know. I'm going with Sandor, split decision, really a wide 118, 100 decision, 55 knockdowns. Top Rank try to save that ass. But I got Sandor Martin outboxing George Camboso III, known as Teofimo Lopez. Check out the fight prediction playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance of notifications. We go live with our video financially on supporting the channel. Cash App, $CJ Good313. Oh shit! Venmo CJ Good313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.